Alrighty, welcome everybody. Welcome to today's lesson. We're going to dive into a really juicy topic today, and that is structuring programs. We're going to go into all of the differences between the two types of programs out there, the main types of structuring programs, and then I'm going to go through how we structure our program at OCI. Alrighty, so leave a comment. Let me know you're joining me. Say hello. If you can, let me know how you're doing. If you're watching this on the replay, comment replay on the video so I can see that you're catching this training today. And let me know how you guys are doing today. You guys hanging in there this week? How's your week been after Halloween? You guys ready for the holidays? Let me know how you guys are doing. Give me an update. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know that my mic is working, so I know I'm not just talking to myself here. How's it going, guys? Who's ready to talk about programs? Is this something that you guys actively think about, structuring your programs? Do you already have your programs figured out? Do you guys actually have programs that you run right now? Are you revamping your programs? Do you ever wonder about how to structure your programs? Let me know. I know this is a topic that I hear a lot from coaches, especially new coaches, but even coaches that have been in the game for a while and are trying to scale run into these same questions about structure and deliverability and fulfillment on their coaching. So let me know if this is something that you guys want some training on. I'm literally going to tell you the same thing I tell my clients. Awesome. Good. Looks like you guys can hear me. You guys want to create a new program? Looking to create a new program. Ashley says that you've been trying many different styles and need a less committed program. Yeah, tell me what that means to you, less committed. What's a less committed program? I'm going to walk you through 3 different types of models for programs. So in case you don't know me, if you're new to the group, my name's Valerie Elher. I run a business mentorship program that helps coaches get clients. So it's a client getting program. So people come to me when they want clients. People don't come to me when they don't. And this is a really common question, though, that coaches have when they're ready to start getting clients is, how do I structure my program? So I want to go into that with you all today and talk about the different structures that are out there for programs, talk about the pros, the cons of each one, and why we use the model that we use for our program in OCI. Okay, so there are different models out there and different ways that it can look, which we're going to go over today, and really how you can transition into a scalable and high-ticket model where your clients still get amazing results, where you get amazing results in terms of your life and your quality of life, and it's something that you can, it's an offer that you can keep growing and that you can scale with without getting tapped out energy-wise, resources-wise, time-wise, okay? And it's important that you have a predictable model in place that's scalable, so not only are you able to continue to grow your revenue and make more money with your business, but also have more time in your life, right? Not have to continue to add hours to your work week to keep adding on clientele. So we're going to talk about the different models that most of you will start with, and then the model that I recommend you scale to, okay? So again, if you guys are just joining me, let me know, say hello so I can know you're here. And if you're watching this on the replay, comment replay so I know that you're catching this training all about program models. So I know that I've asked some of you not too long ago if you had a program or if you had a model in place for your coaching delivery yet, and if not, why you don't have a program in place yet. So for a lot of coaches, the answer was, I'm just not sure what it's supposed to look like. I just don't know how. So let me know in the comments if this is you. So leave a yes in the comments if you've ever felt that way. Like, Valerie, I just haven't put my program together because I don't know the first place to start. I don't have all of the components. Leave a yes in the comments if that's you or if that's been you before, where your brain is just going a million miles an hour, feeling like you don't have it all figured out in order to put a program together. And it feels very urgent, like very important. So let me know if you can relate to this in the comments. Let everybody else know that they're not alone. Leave a yes in the comments if you've ever felt that way. Maybe some of you are doing one-on-one right now. Maybe you've been doing one-on-one for a while and you've reached this point where you know you can't keep growing your business because of the amount of time it takes to do one-on-one coaching. And so you can't keep growing and help people because you're limited by your time and energy that requires. But you're not sure how to help your clients and continue to get them results if it's not one-to-one, because one-to-one is what you're really familiar with. That's a big one for a lot of coaches. Like, one-to-one coaching is what we're comfortable. We feel like we have more control, and sometimes we don't want to release control over the coaching with one-to-one. So leave it in the comments if you've had that thought. This is a thought that oftentimes newer coaches will have this thought. If I put my clients into a group, how am I going to be able to help them? So I want to talk to you guys about the different models today that are out there, how you can get your clients results with each of them, one-on-one, group, and then the model that we use at OCI. Okay, I'm going to actually peel back the curtain for you guys today and share with you what our program looks like what our program looks like inside OCI. So you'll be able to see a lot about the behind the scenes and the curtain, but for the purposes of talking about program structures, all right? We're talking about program structures. So leave in the comments how many of you guys have a course right now. You've already put your course together. Put an I in the comments if you have a course that you've created right now. You already recorded the lessons, you put together worksheets, maybe you spent a lot of time on this part of the business already. Putting together lessons, recording lessons, uploading them to the membership portal. Maybe you put together the outline and you've got worksheets, you've got homework. Put an I in the comments if that's you. Or maybe you already have lessons because maybe you've done a certification program and they already gave you a lot of lesson materials that you can use in your own business. Or maybe you're a certified personal trainer or a certified health coach and you've gone through some type of program that trains you how to help people. And so you already know how to help people. How many of you have done that? You either have materials from a certification program or some type of training program you've been through, or you've just created the course already and you've spent a lot of time on this. And how many of you are in the spot where you're starting from scratch? How many of you are in the spot where you're starting from scratch? And you don't have any lessons put together, you don't have your course done yet, and it just feels very confusing and overwhelming. Put an I in the comments, because that's where I was when I started. I didn't have any materials ready to go. Nobody gave me materials in the beginning, and it was just very confusing and very overwhelming. So put an I in the comments if you don't have your course yet and you don't have a program put together. How many of you feel like you can't work on anything else in the business? You can't even take a step forward until you get all of this figured out. That's how I felt. How many of you are waiting to get clients until you know you have all of the components and you have all of your T's crossed and all of your I's dotted with your program. And the reason that I know this, besides the fact that I have this same fear in the beginning with programs and putting them together and not having mine, but I work with coaches who tell me this exact same thing. These are the things that I hear you all tell me. And so I know that there's clients who are struggling to get clients, right? Who struggle to go out there and get clients. And 9 times out of 10, the reason why coaches are struggling is they're spending so much time and energy that oftentimes we don't have extra time and energy to spending it in confusion and drama about this topic instead of going out and signing clients, because we feel like we can't take the action yet, we can't move forward until we get this program business figured out. So if that's you, if you're like me and like I was in the beginning, do not fear. We're going to jam on that today, okay? Before we get into that, I want to preface this whole talk today just so that we're clear up any confusion or misunderstandings out there by saying this. You have to actually know how to help people get a result. I think most of you know that. That's who I'm talking to. People who actually have knowledge to share with somebody and help somebody make a change in their life or get a result in their life. Solve a problem, right? Most of you actually do know how to do that. Most of you know how to help people, and your issue is internal, right? It's that self-doubt, it's that perfectionism, that wanting to do it right, not wanting to look silly or have a mistake. But if there's anybody here, I just want to be very, very clear. If you don't know how to help people, I just want to offer to you that you should not be taking on clients right now if you genuinely don't know. Like you've never helped someone before. I'm not talking about someone that's had in-person clients and just doesn't know how to transition online. Or maybe you're a personal trainer and you just don't know how to put an online program together, but you know what's required for someone to make a change in their life, right? I'm talking about you don't know the first thing about what you're trying to help people with. But you want to help people with it, then go get the training, go learn what it is that you're trying to be a teacher of, and then go get the clients. So that's my disclaimer. If you don't know the first thing about hormones and you're selling that to your clients, that's unethical, okay? So let's get into the first model of setting up programs, okay? So the first model, and this is the one that most people start with, and I recommend that people start with this model in the beginning, is just straight up one-on-one coaching. One-to-one coaching, there is an absolutely fine place to start, okay? And you don't need to have a big launch in order to just start. That's why one-on-one coaching is amazing, because so often we see people talking about these big launches that they do, and it feels very overwhelming, and we feel like we need to do this big promotional period and launch a program and get a bunch of people in, get a bunch of people to say yes to our coaching that we've never sold before, just to get started. Okay, so one-on-one coaching model is a fine place to start just to get that hands-on experience coaching your clients. If you've never had clients before, or you've never had clients online, you're going to get so much experience actually doing the work, actually showing up in the trenches. You're going to get feedback from your clients on what questions they have and what specific areas they need more in-depth training on. You won't know that until you take on those one-on-one clients and you actually start taking them through this process. Okay, this is going to help you have a clearer picture on what their journey is going to look like, because your clients are literally going to go through that journey with you. And you're going to start identifying common pitfalls in that journey that you can create training on for your clients to support them. Okay, so let me be very clear. I feel like I need to mention this as well in terms of pricing your programs. When I say one-on-one coaching, I'm not talking about selling one-off sessions. I'm not talking about someone buys one-on-one coaching with you for one session at a time. You should be selling packages, okay? So if someone's coming to you for one-on-one coaching, it's probably going to take them 3 months to make a change in their life. They're going to sign up with you for the full 3 months and pay you up front. Okay? So I just want to make sure that's clear. This isn't we've had trainings on pricing your programs and talking about that. That's not what this lesson is. This is more about the components and the different structural differences of different delivery of the program. So what does the one-on-one delivery look like? What do you actually need to have? Let's pull back the confusion about what the coaches that have clients online are doing. What do you need to have to get started? So number one, you need to have some type of onboarding, right? When you get a new client, you need to have some type of onboarding with your clients so you can get a clearer picture of the information you need to know just to get them started. So in OCI, we have examples of onboarding forms that you can use, but really you can just make an onboarding form on your Google Drive with Google Forms and find out for your ideal client what questions you would want to know if someone were to start working with you. And then the other thing that you need is some type of training, right? They're coming to you to get your knowledge to learn the solution to a problem that they're having. So this can be written if you're good at writing, this can be video, it can be both. But keep your training and keep the lessons that they need to learn very, very simple and actionable, very easy to implement. Don't teach your clients all about the Krebs cycle and human metabolism if someone is coming to you to heal their metabolism. They don't actually want to know all about how the Krebs cycle works, okay? So what are the key simple concepts that they need to grasp and actually be able to implement and integrate into their habits and practice during your time together, right? Most of you have a lifestyle offer. So what they need to learn is going to be the habit changes of implementing those concepts into their life. They don't need a bunch of information and a bunch of new lessons every single week. So that's the second component you'll need with your one-on-one coaching is what are you actually teaching them? And it's going to be a few key concepts. And then the other type of coaching that you'll need is some type of way for them to receive coaching from you. So you have the training component, which you can do live with them. And you'll need some way for them to get coaching with you. So you can do that via Zoom. You can do that via Skype. You can just do it over the phone. There's really no wrong way to reach your client. It's whatever works best for them and for you. So this is where they come and share with you what's going on for them. This is their chance to come to you and share what's going on with them that week. So most of your time, your clients will come to you if you're doing one-on-one coaching. They'll tell you what they need coaching on. They'll come to you that week and they'll share with you what they felt like their biggest struggle was that week, and you'll know exactly what to talk to them about. How many of you have one-on-one clients right now and you've noticed that when they come to the session, they have things to share with you that they feel like they're struggling with? If you ask them how things are going, they'll tell you. It's an amazing thing. We as coaches, before we get clients, we get so in our heads about making sure we know what we're going to coach them on before they show up to the call. So we don't, most of the time it's a perfect protective mechanism to keep us from feeling like we're making a fool out of ourselves. This is a way of hiding. But we want to make sure we know what the clients are going to need coaching on before they come. But usually your clients, when you're doing one-on-one sessions, they'll come to the session telling you what they need help with. And the last thing that you can include besides coaching with them one-on-one is you can have some type of optional check-in form. This is another thing that we offer inside OCI is a check-in form for your clients every week. So if your clients are meeting with you every week, then you don't need to do this, okay? Because you don't necessarily need to do this if they're checking in with you every week on that call. But you may have clients that fill out a weekly check-in form and don't want a one-on-one with you that week. Maybe on their check-in form, they say, hey, I'm doing amazing. I don't need any help this week. I'm killing it. And they don't schedule a one-on-one with you that week. Now you're freeing up your time for the clients that actually do need support that week. But they've still been able to check in with you and give you an update on what's going on. So I do recommend, if you're doing one-on-one coaching, including some type of component like that. Hey, Kristen, good to see you on here. So ask your clients if they want one-on-one coaching. If they don't, especially a lot of you who work with clients that are busy human beings, and they don't have a lot of time, and they're just trying to make some changes in their life. They're not trying to go back to school and commit a bunch of time to coaching. They may not want the one-on-one every week if they're making amazing progress that week. They may pass on it, and that is totally okay. So at the end of their time with you, then you can recap with them where they started, remind them where they were when they came to you, what they've learned, and then show them how far they've come. And at this point, you should have a clear picture of what their common questions were and the main lessons that they felt like they learned with you during your time together. Now you have a really clear picture of what your methodology is, what your program components really are. And that doesn't come from sitting at home just trying to figure it out. It comes from taking action and going and signing the clients. And now that you've done these trainings with your clients and you've had these lessons, if you're recording your lessons, the lesson component, now you have a library of lessons that you've done with those clients, even with just your one-on-one coaching. So do you see how you're doubling up the efficiency? You're putting together this library of lessons, and now you have this course with actual lessons to teach your clients, and you're making money, you're bringing in revenue because you're serving clients at the same time. So how many of you are utilizing your one-on-one coaching that way? I'm really curious to hear. Have you thought of implementing your one-on-one coaching that way? Hey, Melissa. Hey, Charlotte. Good to see you guys on here. Let me know. Are you guys doing one-on-one coaching? And if so, have you thought of structuring it this way? Has the structure, are you surprised that it can really be that simple? Let's talk about the other model of coaching. So at some point you'll get to a stage where you'll have a full client load, right? Kristen's a great example of this. Kristen, you have a full client load. You have a lot of clients right now. And at some point, you'll reach a point in your business where it's not realistic for you, energy-wise, or even to your clients that you're taking on one-on-one, for you to continue to take on one-on-one clients, right? Because you're going to max out your ceiling on how many clients you can take on one time, okay? So let's talk about the other model, which is a model that I recommend for scaling, and that's group coaching. Group coaching. So the great thing about group coaching is it allows you to serve more people. It allows you to help more people at the same time, so you can help them get better results and help more people get better results. So let's dive into what group coaching actually is, okay? Group coaching is two things. So it's your course, which we just talked about, those lessons, those key components, what you teach, and then it's the community aspect where everybody is learning together, everybody is applying together, everybody is striving for that same goal together. And your clients are able to get feedback from you, and they're able to get feedback from their peers, right? So there is a community component to it where everybody's in it together, and there's that camaraderie. This is such a highly undervalued component to coaching by so many people. So let's talk about the components that you need in a group coaching model. It's so simple. You don't need your course to get started, okay? So even if you haven't done a full one-on-one session with someone and have your course built out at the same time, you don't need that to get started with group coaching. If you've started with one-on-one already and now you're transitioning into group, you probably have a lot of lessons just from what you've recorded with your one-on-one clients, what you've taught, that you can put into a library. But you don't need them to get started with group coaching. You don't need an online course portal to hold the training. You don't need to record a bunch of trainings to get your group coaching together, right? You just need 3 components. You ready? You ready for the 3 components that you need for group coaching? It's so simple. You need, number 1, weekly live trainings with a Q&A component. So technically 2 components. Live training, live coaching, and Q&A. So this could be in a private Facebook group. It could be in Zoom, where you could all meet on Zoom. And as you're hosting these live trainings, at the beginning of every session, you're having a training and then a Q&A at the end. You can record the trainings that you're doing on those live sessions, and now those go into your library of trainings. And you don't need to pay hundreds of dollars a month to Kajabi in the beginning to get started with your group training. You don't need to have a Kajabi membership portal just to get started. You can literally host your library of trainings on your Facebook group, and you can put it into the unit section, or you can put it in a Dropbox folder, or you can put it in a Google Drive folder that you share with your clients, okay? And then the last component of the group, which is the most important part of the community aspect, is having that private Facebook group, or having a private group somewhere where people can go and ask questions and get feedback, all right? So important. People need community. People need like-minded people going through the same journey as them, knowing they're not alone, trying to achieve a similar goal. So for anybody considering group coaching, I highly recommend you just get out there and start making offers, start selling your group coaching program, start offering those packages to clients. Make offers before you even have it created, because you're going to create it with your clients anyway. So for those of you who say you don't have time to grow a business, you're literally stealing time away from yourself if you try to do this first. I know time is valuable. I know some of the best coaches out there who grow their business the fastest have the least amount of time, and they use their time efficiently, and they utilize what people are telling them to do. The people who have done it before. So listen to us when we're telling you don't do this ahead of time. If you have not created it, I want you going out there and selling your program. Again, you already know how to help them. You're gonna put the training together with your clients. Okay? You can map out what the trainings will be about and then record the trainings with them live with your clients every single week. And then go stick those in your library, host it on Dropbox, Google Drive, Facebook units, somewhere where your clients have access to it. Who's with me so far? You guys having clarity on how you can deliver your programs? Let me know. You guys feeling excited to go out and actually deliver programs, knowing it doesn't have to be as complicated as we're making it in our heads? Let me know if you have a group program. Zalak Patel, I do group coaching for yoga. I hope I pronounced your name right. Let me know if I said your name right. Melissa, how many paying clients should we have when we start doing group training? Such an excellent question. So there is no wrong answer here. I mean, if you have a handful of clients, put them together. Let them, give them the opportunity to benefit from having each other and supporting each other. You can still offer the one-on-one component to your clients. So let's say you started with 5 one-on-one clients. You signed your first client, 5 clients, and they're all one-on-one. And now you're starting to feel like you want to incorporate the group and you want to start selling the packages as group. So you don't want to sell them straight one-on-one anymore. You want to offer the group. You can still continue to have that one-on-one component that you offered to those 5 one-on-one clients, but now you're putting them in a group together. And everybody else who joins your program will now be joining it as a group. and they have people inside the group to interact with and to stay accountable to. So it doesn't have to be that complicated to switch to a group, but you need a handful of clients, right, to put into the group. So that's why I recommend starting with one-on-one, because you can literally start bringing in the revenue and bringing in the clients without feeling like you need to do a launch or get multiple people to say yes to you before you can start. All right, it can be way more simple than we envision it being in our head. I remember being a beginner and not having any clients, and this was the most confusing part to me. I was sure that everybody else had a secret to delivering their programs and that I didn't have it all figured out yet, so I couldn't get clients yet. And that was the most limiting belief in the beginning that really had me afraid to take on clients as a beginner. So I totally get it if that's you right now. But once I had someone showing me the nuts and bolts, like the components that were needed, it gave me so much confidence. Because now it's plug and play model, and I can use my knowledge of knowing how to help people and plug it into the vehicle for the delivering of the coaching. All right, so those are the two models, right? One-on-one, which is great to start because you can start right away. You don't need to launch to start. You can just start with one client, and you're going to learn so much. You're going to be able to start putting together your library of trainings even just with one client. And then group coaching, again, it's to scale, right? You're able to offer the same material, the same training, but now everybody gets to benefit, and they get the added value of having people going through it with them. So they're not alone, and they get to hold each other accountable and support each other. It's a great feeling to have friends going through it with you. Whatever your clients are on a journey to achieve, they're going to want other people going through the journey with them. And group coaching is scalable. So you can, if you're selling your one-on-one coaching for $2,000, you should not be discounting your prices to switch to group model. That goes without saying, hopefully. For most of you, you're undercharging for your one-on-one anyway. So I don't want to hear about people transitioning to group coaching and then discounting their prices. Because if anything, the value just continues to go up now that they're in a community and they have all of this support around them. All right, so let's talk about my favorite model, which is what we use at OCI, and I call it the hybrid model. So the hybrid model is essentially taking the components of a one-on-one coaching program and a group coaching program and putting them together. So one-on-one and group, so your clients receive the best experience. So in OCI, my program, clients get one-on-one someone to talk to, right? They get group coaching live. They get the community of like-minded people all moving towards the same goal together. And what are the benefits of this? What are the benefits of a hybrid model? One, it's scalable because it has that group component. So just like group coaching, it can be, you can bring in as many clients as you want as long as you have someone to deliver the group coaching to them, right? And then adding in the one-on-one component is adding in that layer of personalized support, which is something that clients will feel like is missing from a group component if they're not able to get that support. Okay, so basically you're eliminating the excuse of not having anyone to reach out to for support because they always have someone to ask when they need help. And the only way that your clients are not going to get help in this model, the hybrid model, which is my favorite, is they just literally stop responding. They'll literally ghost you or block you from any possible channel online, right? That's the only way to get away from us in OCI, okay? You would have to literally just try to block us from every channel, right? Because the support is there. So let's talk about this hybrid model through the lens of OCI, since that's the program that I deliver. So I'll just outline what the Online Coach Intensive really is from top to bottom. So the Online Coach Intensive is a blueprint to help you package and position yourself as an authority online with one signature offer and then show you how to systematize your client attraction to get clients coming to you consistently and predictably without having fancy websites, without having a catchy, cute name for your business, without having logos or branding or any of that stuff figured out. So OCI is a 90-day step-by-step course that helps you start and grow your online coaching business completely online. So it doesn't matter if you've tried to grow a coaching business online before and failed, or if you have no following online and you haven't started anything, OCI is here to give you that blueprint to consistently attract clients online. And then the beauty of that is when you're getting clients, you're able to impact more lives and create financial freedom in your own life without spending hours posting 5 times a day to social media, trying to grow a following online, trying to get followers on Instagram, or go viral on TikTok, or hire a web developer. Not doing any of that stuff. So when you join OCI, you will be immersed into a community, like we talked about, that supportive community of other coaches who are just like you, who are out there growing, learning, supporting one another, contributing to each other, being givers. So when you join OCI, you start out as this like student coach who's just has so much to learn, but when you finish, you have this group of friends, this new group of friends that you never knew you ever even needed. And so many coaches inside this program, they find like their best friends in business through OCI, and they talk to each other to this day, right? And that's so important, to be able to connect with people like we talked about who are going through the same journey as you, growing a business. That entrepreneurial journey of putting a business together, it can be super lonely. It can feel like nobody else in your life understands what you're doing. Even when you try to explain it to them, they don't get it. And they want to be supportive, but they don't understand. So having that community and making friends for a lifetime of coaches who are building the same thing you're trying to build, who get it, it's so important. Because otherwise you're just out there on this lonely island all alone, and the people around you just don't get it, and they don't know how to support you. So finding and connecting with a supportive community is priceless. And you don't get that from just straight one-on-one, right? So back to the fulfillment of the program, right? You learn from the mentorship program all of the skills that you need to learn to be a business owner, to get clients, absolutely everything you need to know about building a 6-figure online coaching business, right? That includes getting clear on your niche and on your avatar and putting that signature offer together, creating that signature offer, packaging that offer in a way that's clear, in a way that's compelling to the right person who's actually looking for that offer, pricing your offer so that you're not undercharging or discounting it, copywriting. So that's copywriting means, putting together your message in a way that's clear and compelling to the right person, putting together marketing systems, and then most importantly, brain management systems so that you can be productive and stay on track when our brain wants to throw limiting beliefs at us that want to take us off track for what our goals are, and more. So there's a lot of learning in the beginning, but we know that in order to have a successful program, information alone is not enough. Because if information was enough, then we could just go buy somebody's course online and we wouldn't need to hire a mentor. We could just buy the information, right? Information alone is not enough because we need to actually follow through. We need to actually implement on what we are learning. That's why in the hybrid model, we have the support set up intentionally the way we do. So here's how we set up the support for our program with this hybrid model. So if you run into any questions, you're going through the OCI material and you're working on your business and you feel stuck, we've got you covered. So in OCI, you get access to unlimited daily support inside the private community. You also get unlimited daily support from your own success coach. You get 4 times per week, weekly live group coaching, all right? Video calls with yours truly, and then other dedicated OCI certified business coaches to help you troubleshoot what's going on, to help you get clarity on what you're stuck on, and then help you actually start getting momentum and make progress in your business. And then in addition, you get weekly office hours for your ads. So if you're on that step where your business is running ads and you need to get eyeballs on your work, you bring it to the office hours, you sign up for office hours and have an actual expert looking at your ads and getting behind the scenes into your account to make sure everything is set up correctly and everything is hitting KPIs. Everything is running smoothly. But what I love about the 4 times per week live group calls is that they're intimate. They're not just group calls where there's hundreds of people showing up to the exact same call, and so everybody has a chance to be heard. If you need support, you have a chance to be heard. What I think is such a shame is when I hear clients talk about other models where they've been in a group coaching program, but the program grew to a point where the model and the support wasn't growing with it, and then they had these weekly group calls with like 500 people on the call. And by the end of the hour, there's no time left for you to get supported. That's not how we roll over here, okay? Everybody gets supported. That's why we keep our calls intimate, okay? So what makes this hybrid and not just group coaching 4 times a week and ads office hours every week if you're running ads? You're going to get individualized support on your business with your own personal OCI certified business coach. So you'll get dedicated face-to-face time with your own coach throughout the program. And I like to call this time, I like to call these anchor calls, because it's your time to come, get that personalized support, and get clarity. Get clarity on what you should be focusing on, what your goals are, and what your to-dos are. Make sure you're staying on pace and continue to have a clear direction. And anytime you feel like you've lost direction, you always have that personalized coach to reach out to and get support with. So even if you're between a time when there's a group call happening, you can still reach out and get support anytime you need it. And then in addition to having your own personalized OCI certified business coach, anytime you need help, you have the private community, which we've already talked about is awesome. So you can go into the community, you can attend one of our group calls, or you can post your question in there, and one of our trained coaches will help you with that. Or if someone else in the community who's a few steps ahead of you and has already had that question and has already overcome it, sees your question, they'll answer for you exactly what they would do. That is the power of having an amazing community. So come to those sessions, post in the community, reach out to your personalized one-on-one coach, and sign up for ads office hours if you have ads to be reviewed. So you have the training, you have the information, and you have the mentorship on demand. It's really available to you anytime you need it. That's what on demand means. And you have your own success coach. Here's the biggest reason why I decided to implement this hybrid model, okay, is because without that personalized support and someone actually keeping you accountable and checking in on you, it's easy to lack the follow through. I know I've been that person that's lacked follow through in my life, and I would sign up for things and I'd buy courses and I'd never get through them. That's why we've invested into having dedicated success coaches for you who will help you track your progress. We actually will give you your own tracker. So you never have to guess on what you should be tracking. You never have to guess on what you should be doing every day, what you should be tracking. And you always have a coach who you can take your work to and say, this is what I'm stuck on, or I'm struggling with productivity, and they'll help you get unstuck, stay productive, and stay accountable. That's why I believe so strongly in this hybrid model. So between all of these, like getting unstuck, all of these components to support the accountability, the education, we make it pretty hard to fail. It's pretty hard to fail in this program. You basically have to just not respond to us, block us everywhere online, and just not do anything and not reach out for support in order for us not to hold you accountable and for you to continue reaching your goals and stay on track. So the online coach intensive is this perfect hybrid model like we've been talking about. It's my favorite model for putting together your coaching program because it gives you all of it. It gives you the strategy, the accountability, the support, the implementation, and that is why we are the #1 business building mentorship for online coaches in the industry. Because so many people, when they start scaling, they just want to stay in the group model and they don't want to implement this hybrid approach. So again, by the end of OCI, you're going to have a signature offer. You're going to have a marketing system that attracts and converts your ideal client. And you're going to have a way to enroll them consistently and predictably into your coaching program so you can have that 6-figure business online. And most importantly, you're going to be confident about selling your coaching. So there's no guessing on what to say or how to say it. You know exactly what your offer is and why it's so valuable to that right person that's looking for it. And you have an entire community to support you in reaching your goals every single step of the way. This is what I wish I had when I was starting my coaching business. This is why I created this, because I didn't have this when I started. So if you're looking to start your business or if you're looking to scale your coaching business online, what I would love to invite you to do is go to valerieelher.com/coaching. valerieelher.com/coaching. Schedule yourself in for a time to speak with one of our advisors who will be able to take a look at your business. Talk, even if you don't have one. You might think, I don't even have a business yet. I'm just getting started. We'll get really clear on where you're at either way, and we'll talk about what you need and put together a customized strategy for you to implement right away, what you need to start doing in your business right away to get results in your business the fastest. And we'll talk about what that would look like for you inside OCI. So go to valerieelher.com/coaching and schedule in a time. If you're watching this on the live or on the replay, we'll just drop a link in here for you to schedule yourself in directly to talk with one of our advisors. With that being said, I hope this lesson going over program structures gave you clarity on seeing what components you need to set up your program structures. I hope that this resonated with you. Let me know in the comments if it did, if this helped give you clarity, if this excited you to go out and start putting your program together and enrolling clients into it so you can start putting it together with your clients. Go ahead, schedule yourself in for a call. Get on a call with one of my amazing team members who are all coaches inside the program, willing to guide you whatever it is that you want to do, whatever choice is right for you. We are totally fine with that. I hope to see you inside the program if it's the right fit for you. Thank you so much for joining me today and listening today. I will talk to you all next week. Bye-bye.